Welcome along to the Invincible podcast. We are back. Got my man Lee Judges in the building and Marty is here. Enjoy your holiday?
It's absolutely fantastic, but I'm pleased to be back.
You heard it was raining, huh?
Listen, there was unfortunately
in Spain, lots of rain.
Yeah, a lot, like floods. I'm talking absolutely flooded. Like cars floating down the road.
Really?
Flooded.
Oh,
Yeah. Bins, everything. It was chaos.
Get a sunset. That was all.
There you go.
So do you enjoy that then?
Oh, listen, I'll be honest, I was pining to get back and watch football and be with you guys, and yeah, I missed you, man.
Well, so much so you've been here about 5 hours.
I was over in I was there for the first week of the international break.
Lovely.
But then for the second part of it, I was over in Cannes.
Living it up, I see you.
Beautiful
Yachts, the lot.
Beautiful over there. The nice weather there this time of year as well. Wow. South of France, can't beat it, man.
No, it's lovely.
French Riviera. You know what I mean? I was working hard though. Had to speak on 2 different panels and that, but it was great. It was talking about a new documentary I've got coming out, and also talking about what we do here. You know what I mean? They want to know more. They want to, a lot of these big TV companies now are really paying close attention to this creator space and the creator economy, and it's not like say 5 years ago where they were like, oh, who are you lot? They're now seriously paying attention to it. They recognize the power of it. They recognize the quality of the content, for instance, like what we make. So it was really good. It's really good. And they had a lot of nice after parties. They had one party on the opening night. Oh my God.
I saw the champagne and all that.
Champagne. Listen, Lee, I had about 1 o'clock I had to retreat, man.
Surrender.
I was done, man. I was like, because you go to all these different networking events. So I did my speaking bit. It was quite early. It was about, on the first day I spoke at about 10:30, I think it was. So by about, say, 11:30, 12, I'm done.
Yeah.
So after that, you just go into all these networking events. There was a YouTube event. There was an event for, what's this company? Fremantle, Banner J, all these different companies. And you go there, everyone you go to, it's just free drink, free food.
Wow.
Free everything.
So
right?
the question.
So all day long, you're just like going from one to another. And then you got to the evening and I had this massive after party thing, or opening night party, they called it. And I was like, nah, I gotta get back to the hotel. I was finished, man. I was finished. It was really good though.
The question is, Robbie, which yacht are you going to choose?
Well, I did that video and I said, which yacht shall I choose, right? There's about 6 yachts there, right?
They were front, mate.
A guy actually messaged me and he goes, Robbie, I work like in the maritime industry and that, and what I'd advise you to do is not buy a yacht. You're better off hiring it.
Yeah.
Because to buy them is so much money to dock them, so much money for maintenance, staff, all that.
Yeah.
I was thinking to myself, I'm only joking, mate. You know what I mean? He took me fully serious. You know what I mean? But honestly, some of them yachts are beautiful.
My nephew works on them. He does he? Yeah, he's a chef, so he does all that, goes all around the world.
Yeah, no, they're beautiful.
He does all right.
I told you the last time I was in Cannes with Cecil, and we was on a yacht, and the guy had a jacuzzi on it, and it was a guy, he was from the UK, but he lives in Monaco now. Sure. And honestly, like, he was on there, he's just like, sitting there, just like, this is just another world. And I didn't even know how I ended up on that yacht, yeah? We went to see, talk about no football yet, have we? But we went to see DJ AG, who, by the way, is a big Arsenal fan.
Yeah. Right,
he was playing on this yacht, but because we got there a bit late, no jokes from you. You're going to say, yeah, you're always late. Cecil's fault.
Surprise.
Right? We got there a little bit late, right? So on them yachts, they can only let a certain amount of people on. So it's like, we had to wait for people to come off before we could get on. I was like, I can't be arsed. So he's walking back along the sort of dock. This guy comes out and he goes, Robbie, innit? AFTV. So yeah, he goes, I love the channel, man. But he goes, I'm a massive Arsenal fan. He goes, this is my boss's yacht. Come on. Right? And then we went on. And then I remember I said to my guy, there's a few people with me. He goes, bring them. And then we went on. And then again, man, like it just turned into a party.
Wow.
We went onto that yacht about, say, that was about 10:30. We crawled off it about 4:30 in the morning. Free drink, it was a phenomenal, man. No, listen.
He's been having it off. He's been having it right off. Look at him.
I've been in here 5 hours and had a cup of coffee, nothing like, you know what I mean?
I did offer
Anyway,
you one,
the reality is back. Yeah. We are back, but the good thing about it is football is back. The Premier League is back. England are qualified for the World Cup. That's in the bag, so that's great news. And some of our players, by the way, in the international break did well.
Oh, yeah.
Eze scoring the other night. Rice did well for England in all the games that England qualified without losing a game. And he's been one of the main players. Saka scored a brilliant goal.
Mikel Merino.
Mikel Merino's been bagging goal after goal for Spain. The top goal scorer,
Yeah, for Spain.
Mikel Merino.
Unreal.
You know, Gabriel Martinelli scored.
Yeah,
Trossard scored.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, all of our players have been doing. I think the only one's Gyökeres. Like Sweden.
And no injuries.
Yeah, Sweden bottom of their group.
Yeah.
With Gyökeres and Isak up front. Bottom.
They've got some
they
players.
lost home and away
Sweden
at Kosovo.
have got some players as well.
Yeah.
They have got some players, but they're just absolute pants.
I saw some quote where they said, because they sacked the manager. You know, they're considering Graham Potter, I saw as well. I can't believe it. But they sacked the manager, and I saw a quote where they said that this manager makes good players look like Sunday League players. He's turned like Isak and Gyökeres into Sunday League players.
Well, he encouraged Isak to go on strike. He said, like, he agreed with him and everything like that. And he's obviously gone to those qualifiers, not fit.
Yeah. They lost home and away to Kosovo.
Yeah.
Incredible. But anyway, all of that's done now. And most of the, Spains and all that are qualified, and England and everybody, where a lot of our players are playing for. But now it's back down to business, right? And of course, we went into the international break, top of the league. What I wanted to do on this show was take a look at all of the games that we've got coming up, going into the next internet. Because, there is another one in November, right? This is the final one for the year. But I wanted to take a look at all the games that we've got from now until mid-November, which is when that next international break kicks in, and to see where you guys think we could end up and how we could do, or what you're expecting. It's all right being top now, but you want to keep that going. First up, of course, this weekend, let's talk about that first, Fulham. And I know, Marty, you did an interview with the guy from Fulham.
Box to box.
Fulham, been a bit, 1 minute playing brilliantly. Up and down. That's the thing. They have given us a tough time over the last couple of seasons, Fulham, away from home. They haven't beaten them in the last 2 occasions. Lost one, drew one, right? How are you guys feeling ahead of that game this weekend? Yeah. Straight after an international break.
Yeah, look, I'll be honest with you. I wouldn't be feeling it if I was a Fulham fan. I generally think that this season we're going to go there and put goals past them and not concede and get a result. This will be the tide turning. We saw it against West Ham, another team. These are the must-win games. That you need to beat opposition. We drop points. These are the points that cost us the title. I believe in seasons gone by. We're going in there in good form, top of the league. And listen, like I said, this Fulham side's been up and down. The personnel that they haven't got, real depth to challenge us. They'll probably set out with 5 at the back. They haven't got much width up top, and I think they're gonna really struggle to create anything. Listen, it's Premier League football, I can understand, and anything can happen. But I think it's going to be more of a case of us breaking them down and needing to nick an early goal, and then I think we'll see a good result. It's under the lights at Fulham.
Under the lights, 5:30 kickoff. But Lee, we've seen these games right straight after an international break. Sometimes it knocks a bit of the momentum. Arsenal were very impressive in that away performance at Newcastle, but all these players have been away now.
Yeah.
What does he do? Does a player's fresh? Do players get rushed? Because not forgetting, there's a game on Tuesday.
Yeah.
Atletico Madrid, big game in the Champions League.
Yeah, listen, I think I'm feeling very positive about it. I think that when we go into the next international break, we've got to be still top of the league, but depending how many points it is, that's how I look at it. And it's going to listen. No Premier League game away from home's easy. There's going to be times when it's going to be a little bit tough, but at the end of the day, you've got to win these games. If you're going to win the league, I think if you're going to get to top 4 in Champions League football, you have to win these games. So I think
not
it's
necessarily
important.
easy though. I think they got
it's cost us. I think we
they drew with Chelsea, right?
No, they lost. They lost to Chelsea.
2-0. It was the red. They had a red card offence.
Sorry, yes.
And the goal. Was it? The other young guy you was talking about has replaced
Josh King.
Josh King scored a
academy player.
A goal that should have never been disallowed.
Yeah.
But listen, from our point of view, I remember going there a couple of years ago. We lost to Fulham, and then never lost another game to Aston Villa. Like, so, you can get on a run. You've got to have a run if you don't win these games. But I look at this game now, and I think, look, difficult first 6 games and all 6 or 7 games. This is now where you've got to show that you are ready, and you've got to. I think, top of the league, you've got to go here and win. Like, as I say, this is a tough game. No two ways about it. Local derby, got a few ex-Arsenal players in the team. Always want to impress. It's going to be tough. We went there last season. I thought we played quite well last season. If you remember, Martinelli was just offside right at the end. From Saka scored. We thought we'd won it, But the last 2 years, I don't think we've been really at our best. I think the one before that we won 3-0, and we was really, really good. So this is the time that go there. I think like Fulham. I don't know about people think about. I absolutely think Fulham's a lovely place to go to, lovely ground and all that. But we haven't really. It's never been easy for us there. Never.
No, it's not. It's not been easy in recent times, especially. And they, if they get an early lead against you, they can defend for their lives and give you a tough time there. So it's old-fashioned ground, tight. But Arsenal, I think. When I look on a game like this, I think this is where Arsenal have to embrace the pressure now.
Yeah.
Of people saying you're favourites. People
expected
saying,
to win.
You've got this super squad and this and that. Arsenal literally, for me, I've been thinking about this a lot, right? Literally need to embrace all these tags and start going to places and being scary. And, so that those teams are like, wow, Arsenal coming to town and... starting 11's tasty, and look at the backup they can bring in, and they got to embrace that. They got to, that I think is going to be key for Arsenal this season. That can they carry that confidence through? We've seen City do it over the years.
Yeah,
we've seen Liverpool do it, and that then leads to them constantly winning a lot of these games because it's kind of like even if they go a goal down, they're like, yeah, we're still going to win. You know what I mean? They have that attitude. It's not that you're gonna, but you know what I mean. And I really want to see Arsenal sort of embrace that. And I think this is the type of game that they have to carry that confidence and that sort of, stick your chest out and say, we're Arsenal. And we're coming for all 3 points.
And do you know what? I think it's interesting you say that. And I was speaking, like you said, to Jack in the box-to-box. And he really wasn't confident of getting a result. And in previous seasons, slightly confident. And we've come out of this international break with no injuries from the international break. Like you said, Arsenal players firing the night.
Odegaard was injured.
He was injured before that and before. And, when you speak to other fans from other clubs, they realise what we're about and they can see what's going on. But when you speak to Arsenal fans...
But we have to... everyone's
have to
talking it.
Yeah.
We've got to deliver on that.
Of course we have. And I think for me as well, it's never really the issue of, look, we start well. It's when we get to February, March, will we crumble? Will we fold like a pack of cards? It's that we're very good at getting on top early on. It's when the business end of the season comes, we fall away. That for me is the issue, when the real pressure. I don't personally think at the moment there's huge real pressure. Like we're generally pretty good at this time of the season. It's at times like Christmas, when that comes, or after Christmas in the new year, that results can be a bit inconsistent. Yes, okay, we've lost games before, but when I look at also with this Arsenal side now compared to the start that we've had as well, the start of the season, you compare this to an Arsenal side 3-4 years ago. I remember after a few games being bottom of the table. you know, and leaking goals left, right and centre, struggling to score goals. This is not that side. This is a side that doesn't concede goals. We score goals. We make almost football sometimes look boring in the way we just kill games. You know, like you watch, and I get that West Ham, you know, and then they'll say it about Leeds. Listen, Fulham beat Leeds, you know, albeit Leeds stuck the ball in the back of their own net with a header. But these results that we're grinding out at Arsenal Football Club really impressed me. And, again, this test on Saturday night, we're going to see how good this Arsenal's are. Can they go to Craven Cottage and can they get a result? Can they break the hoodoo of the last few seasons where once we've got beaten and the other time they got a draw?
Yeah, well, that's what I'm saying, though.
Our is what we're saying here is that, you know, Arsenal have got to go there and expect. Listen, everybody will be hoping that we don't win there, and if we don't win there, it'll be like, oh yeah, that's the same Arsenal. So there's pressure. So what Arsenal have to do now is go there, win that game, and listen. As soon as they win that, if Arsenal win that game, everybody turn around. Well, it's expected. You go move on to the next one, which is then Atletico, and you've got to keep doing that, just ticking them off. The thing is, Arsenal at this moment in time, everybody's saying we're this and we're that. Prove it.
Yeah.
Prove it now.
Stick it down.
Prove it now. Go to Craven Cottage. Go there. Put in a real performance where you go, hold on a minute, 2-3-0. They look the real deal.
Yeah.
And then you've got to continue that. Going into Europe and going
and they got to embrace it. They got to
Well, I think that they will. I think that they will, Rob. I think they embraced it. You know, like the game against West Ham. For me, the game against West Ham was a ticking in the box. Forget about how good it was or bad it was, what the performance was like. We haven't beaten them for a couple of games. They've been putting on us a little bit. Everything we'd done in that game was right, professional, got the job done. Didn't use that much energy, like tick the box. Now you have to do exactly the same thing at Fulham, and then you have to do exactly the same thing at the next home game, and then the away.
Before we get to that next home game, then on Tuesday night, at home against Atletico Madrid, not an easy game. Atletico Madrid have started playing really, really well now. You know, they've got one of the most informed strikers in world football right now, in Alvarez. It's going to be a tough game. But also a game that, if Arsenal could win, makes a statement, and also starts. You want to be in that top 8, and you want to be in and around that early.
Exactly that. Quick turnaround, and this is where the squad comes into the game, because there will be changes in that game. I would imagine 2 or 3. I would say, like, if Calafiori plays on Saturday, he won't play on Tuesday. If Lewis Skelly is playing on Saturday, it'll probably be Calafiori. It'll be a couple of different positions in there, like, you know what I mean. Could even, like, I know Zubimendi's not trained at the moment. Like, you could even leave it. Norgard could come in there on Saturday. You know what I mean. I think there'll be 2 or 3 changes. Use the squad for those 2 games. Different pressure, the Champions League for us, because you can afford to draw a game in there. I don't think you can at this moment in time. Our next Premier League games, we cannot afford to slip up. No. In the Champions League, I'm not saying that you want to, but you can, like, have a draw here and win your next one. But for me, the perfect thing is get the job done early at Fulham, and then go again on the Tuesday. I think it'd be these 2 games would be very, very interesting to see where we are, not just with the team. We know we're a decent team. But are we a decent squad? Are these players really going to be there and there for us? You know what I mean? So I think there will be a couple of changes, particularly up top there and wide areas, fullbacks. But I also think in midfield as well. I think that there will be a surprise in there. I think Marino may get the nod over Zubimendi on Saturday, like, you know. Just a little bits of change. Change up.
Rice, Marino.
And Eze.
Yeah.
Okay. Then, talking of Eze, the following week, Sunday the 26th, Palace at home. Not the usual Palace, informed Palace, although they did lose their last game in the Premier League to Everton. But they've been playing well. That won't be an easy game.
They beat Liverpool, didn't they?
They beat Liverpool.
Look, Palace are a good side, and do you know what? Consider you've taken out of there Eze out of there, you know, huge creative outlet. You've got Wharton in the midfield, you know, and he is absolutely, you know, phenomenal. Gay at the back. They are top goalkeeper. Their goalkeeper's quality makes saves. Those 3 games that you've just spoken about. Again, as an Arsenal fan, watching these 3 games, Fulham away, and then the Atletico game, and then Palace, a decent Palace side. This is not Palace of years gone by. This is a team that's hard to break down, and they can hurt you and they can beat you. And looking at those results, how we fare, I think will give us a much better indication of the rest of the season.
Expectations, as well as Palace are playing.
And they play Thursday as well, Rob.
Yep, and we're at home, is that we should be beaten.
Yeah.
And that's what I'm saying. So it is really, you said earlier,
their
Marty,
squad ain't the strongest.
You said earlier about pressure. I think the pressure is on Arsenal. Those are games that, if that's a draw, listen where I'm saying now, right? Sometimes ordinarily we play Palace. If you get a draw, it's not the end of the world, everyone. Even a draw in that, questions will be asked.
Yeah, of course.
Of course.
People will be like, what's going on?
Especially when we're playing Thursday.
There's always going to be pressure.
No, but I think there is always pressure, but I think there's more now. Because as I said, they've been getting labelled with favourites. The amount of people that I've seen over this international break that have said, got no excuses now.
Yeah,
that's the common word. So that's what I'm saying. With that comes a lot of pressure. These are not games that draws are going to be acceptable in. Even though
that's what you said. Not terrible, we've dropped points at home already, Rob. Yeah. So, no, you've got to go there. You've got to go. Oh, look, Crystal Palace are a decent side. 20-odd games, I think they're unbeaten. Yeah. But at the end of the day, we're at home. If it was away from home, that's a little bit different. But we're at home. Tough game. But I expect Arsenal, with the squad, Palace have not got a stronger squad of that. If they play Walton on Thursday, he's not going to be 100% on the Saturday. So they might have to change things up a little bit. They probably will in the Euro conference. But at the end of the day, they'll be up for it, especially with the Eze situation as well. That puts more on that game. They want to prove to, basically he's left because he thinks that these players are better than them. So they're going to prove that, like West Ham have done with Declan Rice over the last year. Tough game. But if that's Liverpool or Manchester City, who are our challenges for the title at this moment in time, if they're at home to Crystal Palace, I'm putting down Manchester City and Liverpool home win. And I expect Arsenal to be the same home win. And that's what you're up against now.
Yeah. Then after that, Wednesday the 29th of October, another cup that we're in with a chance to win the Carabao Cup. Brighton at home. Again, not the easiest game, but at home. Significant in that game that we're at home. Reminds me a bit like when we played Palace last year in the Carabao Cup. When we got them at home, that was a lot better than you get those type of teams away, because you can slip up against those type of teams. Again, this is where the squad rotation comes into. Should help Arsenal, isn't it? Because,
they heavily.
Brighton would have had a Premier League game on the weekend just the same as Arsenal's. It's not like they've been waiting on us after a Champions League game or nothing like that. Squad rotation's going to come into this one.
Yeah.
Who's going to be able to rotate their squad the best?
And you'd like to think it's going to be Arsenal. And
with the squad we got.
Yeah, 100%. And all these questions are going to be answered by these upcoming results. And, the thing about pressure is, can Arsenal handle it?
Do you think they handle it?
Well, what they say about pressure makes diamonds, and this Arsenal side. No. Listen, honestly, on a level,
a lot of pressure that is.
No. Honestly, on a level, this Arsenal side that you see right here, right now, right. We go on and win stuff. This squad, you've got to think oversee, and I'm not going too far ahead. This squad has the potential, like the Manchester City sides, the Liverpool sides, the Chelsea sides, right, where they've had a top quality squad, and they go on and kick on and win things, and then you start adding players to it. Potential, you've got to do it. You've got to deliver it.
I just keep reminding you, right? This is why I think it is pressure. I keep saying, right?
Yeah.
Even all these games is just because now the expectation. No excuses.
Well, also
it's like you're pinning down my excitement for getting excited about watching this Arsenal side.
Have your excitement. I'm excited, but they have to deliver. That's what I'm saying.
Of course they do. I know that. This ain't I'm not sitting here saying, oh yeah, it's all right, don't worry. Do you know what, Mikel, you have another couple of years. If you don't, it's cool. I'm just
but Marty, the point I'm trying to make is like all them teams you've mentioned, like Man City, they've delivered. Yeah,
they did.
So if they had a game, say, against Brighton,
and
in the Carabao Cup, and they didn't win it, their fans will be like, Bad that we didn't. I would have loved to get the Carabao Cup, but you know.
Yeah, but they didn't get it because we've won stuff. Yeah.
But with Arsenal, because we ain't won something for so long.
Yeah.
Even a game like that is
it's a
pressure.
big game, Rob.
Yeah.
You can't afford to really lose. And Carabao Cup games, you only be drawing at the end of the night, and it's down to penalties.
Listen, that is a big game. One of the reasons it's a big game is because people are going to look at Arsenal and go, big squad. Top, this is the biggest squad they've had. So Brighton will make changes in that game, and if Brighton do make changes and we make changes, surely we've got the better squad because it's there. But also what is on there, that is a massive game for us because potentially there's a trophy. We need to win that trophy, so it just eases a bit of pressure going into those last few games. That's my thing. I think that there's get a trophy on that table as quickly as possible. Which is the quickest one to get is the Carabao Cup. So I think it's a big game, and I think it's a big game for certain players in there that are not in the first team at the moment to prove themselves. I think that's a big game.
Yeah.
Saturday, the 1st of November, Arsenal go away to Burnley.
3 o'clock kickoff.
3 o'clock kickoff. Still saying that's a 3 o'clock kickoff. Expectations will be that we win that game. They've had a poor start to the season, Burnley.
Yeah, of course, expectations are for every single game, but you do also have to be realistic in the, instead of going into meltdown mode, you're not going to win every single game of football that you play. And I'm not saying I'm going into the season saying, we're not going to win this and not going to win that. I go into every game thinking you're going to win it, but, listen, I'm not saying Burnley at Turf Moor, it can be a tough place to go, but Arsenal Football Club.
To win that though.
Yeah, you should be. You're expected to win in that. You've got to be. If you want to be winning cups, Premier Leagues, Champions League, you need to be going to Turf Moor and beating them.
Is it a tough place to go?
Well, yeah. I mean, listen, Premier League football is tough.
We won there 6-0 a little while back.
Ain't been that tough this season to go there.
They've got
a poor start. It's Premier League football. Liverpool found it tough. Liverpool found it tough.
Yeah, true.
They had 11 men behind the ball and they couldn't break them down. It was only lucky they give away a stupid handball
That's true.
right at the end of the game. And listen, Liverpool are skilled operators and we know what Liverpool can do, right? And at the end of the game, they gifted them the goal. Mohamed Salah steps up, bang, top corner, and they run away winning it 1-0, and they shouldn't have really won it because Burnley done a fantastic job in shutting them out.
Great.
And I just lost 5-1 to Man City.
Yeah, but
no,
it
I
would
get
be
that.
Unacceptable, even a draw there. That's how fans will look at it.
Yes, of course, I get that.
Then follow that up with an away trip to Slavia Prague, which again, that's a game Arsenal will be expected to win. I mean,
nice trip.
Slavia Prague, one of the minnows.
Saturday, Tuesday again, isn't it?
Yep, Saturday, Tuesday. One of the minnows of the Champions League. Got great fans and everything, but you'd expect to go to Slavia Prague with the players that Arsenal have got and win that, so that's favourable. Then on the 8th, this is the last game before we then go into another international break, away at Sunderland, who started very well at home.
Yeah,
that will be tough.
Tough game,
but
again,
still got to win it.
Expectations on that game.
Got to find a way.
Expectations on that game. What are you laughing, Marty? Expectations on that game.
No, I get it. It's like you're expecting every single game we're going to win it.
Yeah, well, them four, I expect us to win them.
All right, so let me run through this.
Go on.
Just say win, draw, loss. Right. Fulham away.
Win.
Atletico Madrid at home.
Draw.
Yeah, listen. I'd love the win, but I think a draw. I mean, listen, a top side, a draw could happen. Yeah.
Crystal Palace at home, Saturday the 26th of October. Brighton home in the Carabao Cup.
Win.
Yeah, win. Yeah, win.
Burnley away.
Win.
Slavia Prague away.
Win.
And then the final one for the international break, Sunderland away.
Win,
yeah.
So if it all goes what you guys are saying,
we're going to have one draw on how many wins?
That would be an amazing run.
Well, no, is that amazing?
No, when I say amazing...
Lee, that is a good...
hold on, you've got... Two of those teams have been promoted from the league, right?
No, Lee.
And the other two are mid-table. How is that amazing run?
I don't mean amazing in
You want to win leagues, you've got to win them games.
Yeah, right.
I don't mean amazing in that, those are games that, wow. I'm on about like, if you're top of the league and then you've got that run of games and you win all those, you're in an amazing little streak.
Yeah, but that will only take us probably 1 point in front of the other two teams. 2 points maybe.
Let's take a look at.
The reality of those? Sorry, the reality of those. What you're saying, those streaks. If you are going to win trophies and titles, those are the streaks you need to be going on.
And those are winnable games.
Yeah,
because
they are. All of them.
We've got to go and win 10 games on the spin now. And after we come back from international break, we're at home at Tottenham away at Chelsea. Not easy games.
Yeah.
So these games here, you have to win.
Yeah. Start of the season. Remember when we looked at games, we didn't look on them like that.
No.
We looked at before the season started, right? We looked at that Man United game away.
Yeah, tough.
Game. We're like, that's tough, man.
Yeah. Anfield.
Right, like, fancy us, but that could easily go United's way or be a draw. Liverpool, we hadn't won there for ages. That was, and we did end up losing anyway.
City at home.
Newcastle away, tough games.
Newcastle was a tough game, and we showed that. That's how we've got to play every single game.
Yeah.
And do you know what? The reality of that situation, I'll bite your hand off for the situation that we are in right here, right now. We're a point clear, top of the Premier League. We're in all cup competitions, and we're not conceding goals. And we have
got to be top of the league going into the next international break.
We will be.
But by more than 1 point.
All right, let's take a look at Liverpool's games. They're second in the league at the moment. This week, Sunday.
Man
U. Tough game, man.
Home win.
Light work for you?
Not light work, but home win.
I don't think that's the easiest game for Liverpool.
earlier on. He don't mean like,
Yeah, but he's not every United fan. Listen, United fan will say that.
Why are they?
No.
Because they watch them week in, week out.
Liverpool should beat Man United, yeah?
It'd be a tough game.
I think they will beat them, but it might coming straight back after the international break.
Yeah, tough.
Liverpool have been on a little bit of a shaky.
Yeah, listen, if it was at Old Trafford, I'd be different, but it's at Anfield.
Right, but do you know what the thing is about this Liverpool team? And no disrespect to them, but their results haven't been over endearing in the way that the last minute winners, and this would be a perfect. I don't think Man U. This would be if they win this, it will be they haven't won any back-to-back games or something like that. So, granted, their stats don't and how Man U are playing, but in these big games, you
could
never
see a draw
know.
With this.
This could be a draw.
Listen, that's reality. They could be a draw, but I don't see it.
To be honest, I expect Liverpool to win.
Yeah.
Right, then they go away to Eintracht Frankfurt in the Champions League. You'd expect them to win that. Away at Brentford. Brentford has been not the easiest team to play.
Not an easy game.
Even last year, remember Liverpool did beat them, but remember that was that what's his name who's left there now? What's his name? He used to miss all the sitters.
Darwin
Núñez. He scored a last-minute goal there.
Yeah,
that got him over the line. But Brentford, not
an easy place to go. But I would expect them to win.
Didn't he score 2 goals in that game?
They might have won, 2-1 or something.
Yeah. Liverpool then at home against Palace in the EFL Carabao Cup.
Yeah, it's a tough one.
Carabao Cup, yeah.
That won't be easy.
Then they got a Champions League game. Against Real Madrid at home, but that's a tough game. Then straight after that, they go away to Man City. That's a huge game, isn't it?
So they've got some fixtures.
It's away at Man City.
Away. So they've got Real Madrid. So that little run of games. Palace, always tricky to Liverpool, at home in the Carabao Cup.
Yeah.
At home against Real Madrid.
They got in the league in between that.
And then...
they got in the league between that. They're playing, if they're playing in midweek.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, sorry.
Yeah,
you're right. So, all right, hold on. Right. So, all right, so they got Palace in the Carabao Cup. Then they're at home to Villa in the Premier League. Then at home again...
they beat Villa.
I think they beat Villa.
Yeah.
At home again to Real Madrid. Then they go away to Man City.
That's a difficult week, isn't it? Villa, Real Madrid finishing off with...
Yeah. But Real Madrid then City at the Etihad.
I'm going to say it now. I fancy them losing that one. I think City will beat them.
Do you think?
Then they're at home to Nottingham Forest. You'd expect them to win that.
Yes, especially if Postecoglou.
Oh, sorry, no, that Man City versus Liverpool
is the
last game before the international break for them.
Yeah, so we should. I reckon we've got to be 4 points clear of Liverpool going into.
I think that's a good shout, Lee.
Man City's games. This Saturday they got Everton at home. You'd expect them to win that.
Yeah. I don't expect them losing the game, to be fair.
Away to Villarreal in the Champions League.
Yeah. Away
at Villa, though. Then on the Sunday, Villa have started playing a lot better. They've hit a little bit of form. That won't be an easy game, Lee.
Draw.
I think the Everton game might be tougher than that, you know. I've just got a feeling for them. I just do. They're
What, this week?
Nah.
Yeah, I do know.
I can't see that.
Yeah.
I can't see that.
Yeah.
Grealish can't play.
Yeah.
Sorry?
Grealish can't play.
Is he not playing?
Yeah,
No, he's
on loan, isn't he?
on loan, so he can't play.
Swansea, they take on Swansea in the Carabao Cup.
That's a good Swansea win there. Like, yeah.
Then they got Bournemouth at home.
Bournemouth away different, but they'll be all
Bournemouth at home, decent, no?
Do you know what? Bournemouth have been surprisingly good considering they sold three defenders and their goalkeeper at the time.
Yeah.
That recruitment process, and they've literally just filled in like nothing.
Yeah.
It's unbelievable when you see that.
Then they got Dortmund in the Champions League at home. They always seem to be.
So they've got some nice fixtures, City and then Liverpool. So they've got some nice fixtures. The only tough one for them, Villa away.
Yeah.
Their fixtures, we're all saying, win-win. They're as tough as ours. But everybody, you know what I mean? Like you're going,
I think if you look at the fixtures that they've got, that Liverpool have got, and that Arsenal have got, from now to the international break, we've got the easiest.
Yeah, of course we have, and that's why we've got to make a gap.
And we have to capitalise on it. We've got the easier. We've had, at the start of the season, we've had harder fixtures. I think Liverpool had quite a difficult start as well. City have had an easier start. And I can see that City, just by glancing, that when they come back after that international break, they come straight back with an away trip against Newcastle. So that's not easy. But and it's not easy when we come back because we got to go to Tottenham and Chelsea and places like that. But when you look at what's ahead of us going into these international break,
got to be top, Rob.
Yeah.
Got to be top.
This is where Arsenal have to impose.
Can't afford to drop any points in our next 4 league games. And if we do, you're going to have to look at it and go, well, we might not win it. That's as much as bad as it is, like, you know what I mean? Like,
it's going doom and gloom.
No, I don't think. I think this is where you show your true. These 4 games after the difficult games before, you got 4 on paper easy games. They're not. We know that, but this is where you stamp your mark. You go to Fulham and you win 2-0. You come at home, you beat Palace 2-0. You go to Bournemouth, you win 3-0. You go Burnley, you go and win 3-0, 4-0. You go to Sunderland and do the same. Like we did in that run going in. Do you remember we went to Sheffield United, put 6 past them, put 6 past Burnley. We've got to do that sort of thing now in these next 4 or 5 games. Well, bloody hell, they're a powerhouse.
Yeah.
They are a powerhouse. Not all they potentially are. Show them now what we are about in these next 4 games. Really go in there and put in it. And then if you can, on top of that, the icing on the cake, if you go and win, I know we said Atletico's a draw, but you go and win those 2 Champions League games, you're in the top 3 or 4 of the Champions League and you're top of the league by 2 or 3 points going into what is going to be, I think, then a month when we come back and talk about it, where points can be dropped from all around from City, as you say, Newcastle away, Chelsea away. We've got Liverpool will have a tough game in there somewhere along the line.
We've got Spurs.
They've got Spurs away in that little run. So listen, there's tough games, but these games here, Arsenal have got to win. You know what I mean? And if they don't, there's going to be question marks, Rob. There is.
And what I certainly don't want to see after our start and how we've been is conceding sloppy, chaotic, unforced errors. And throwing away the start that we've had. That is a certainty. We need to continue keeping it tight at the back, playing how we play, and winning games. And that's the expectation from this Arsenal side. Because there's no, listen, we've done it. We've kept these games tight against, we went to Anfield and lost, unfortunately, but we put on, a decent performance against the champions. The Man City game, unfortunate the first half, but we have proved in these previous games how we can play and what we can do. What I don't want to see is a change of that and reverting back to type in ways of throwing games away, not having control of games, and this sloppiness and this chaoticness that we have seen in previous seasons, which has cost us this season.
No Martin Odegaard. We know now he's going to be out till like mid-November. So for you, does Eze just come straight into that?
Eze Wanyeri. Listen, we've got 2 players. This is where you use your squad. You rotate. You stick those players in. You know, this is where Eze could really nail down this spot. And obviously Wanyeri, you know, that's the versatility we have, and that's what I want to see. And I want to see Wanyeri. What I've seen in that player as well since last season, I've seen he's matured more, and I've seen in the games that he has come on, he's done what he's been asked to do, and he's been fantastic. And I want to see him used more in these games. And while Odegaard's out for 9 games,
I don't want to see that midfield 3 neither.
Well, you just said Marino.
I said Marino can come in.
Marino.
He said Zuba. I do not want to see Marino, Zubimendi and Rice. I don't want to see that. I want to see Eze in there with either one of them 2. Don't matter who. I'm not so bothered, but we want to have that attacking little bit of flair in there.
Yeah, Marino is scoring so many goals.
But play him then. Play him instead of...
Why is he doing that for Spain and not so
play
much?
A different style? Play a different style?
I think, sorry to interrupt you, Lee, but I think first and foremost, Eze needs to be on that pitch, whatever capacity. We saw the other day for England come
no
slightly
good in being
down,
wide left if you've got that midfield. You ain't going to get no service.
Yeah, I don't want Eze hugging the touchline. I want him just slightly to the left-hand side. Like you see, Jared Bowen holds up the ball, pops him through, and that's what Eze could do. Albeit it was against Latvia, you know, a team, you know, one of the only teams that has their VAR camera in a forest. But, you know, so I sort of get that. No disrespect to them. But
after saying that,
but this is what that guy can do, and I want to see. Listen, Mikel Merino. This is where we utilise all these squad. Mikel Merino, for some reason, gets absolutely bashed by Arsenal fans, and he's done everything that has been asked in the multitude of positions he's played in, and I just think he can be sometimes unfairly criticised. You know, like that. You know, he's pulled up in clutch moments against Newcastle. You know, that's what this guy's capable of.
Did you start him up front instead of Gyökeres?
Listen, this is also an option if Gyökeres isn't performing. I'm not saying in a big game necessarily, but you know, maybe against Slavia Prague, if you know, there are these options. But Mikel Merino, for some reason, gets, and I don't like. I'm not his biggest fan or anything like that. But I just, you know, I think at the end of the season we're going to see what a valuable part of this squad he is.
I totally agree, and I think that, you know, he does get harshly talking about when you look at that back when you play that in 3 in midfield. You know, it don't work, and they bash him for it.
Yeah.
But I think that if he plays, Rob, that's a great point, a great shout. You know, I mean, Gyökeres now has gone another 2 internationals without scoring, plus the 6, so 8 games without a goal. Marino's scoring for fun. It may be that you go, do you know what? We put Marino. I don't think I would do that. I would, keep with Gyökeres. You know what I mean? Like, and back your man, because I think that once he starts scoring, that gives us another dimension up there. But I think, Marino coming in late on set pieces and things like that, and crosses, could be a good thing for us. If you're going to play, as I'd like to see him in there, there's a question mark who plays on the left-hand side. So, you know, I wouldn't be surprised if Marino plays on Saturday.
Yeah. Some players returning as well, or starting to get near to return. It's talk that Havertz is
needed,
getting towards
absolutely
fitness.
Needed.
Hincapie was training with the team, so
not so much needed.
Some of the injuries that have been.
Madueke's supposed to be
not far away, they reckon. Get all those players. I mean, especially if they can get those players back so that they're fit and ready for that Christmas period. That is what is really taxing on our squad, isn't it?
Don't read too much into all that, like, oh, they weren't training and all that, like, you know what I mean, when they've done that open training session and all that, like, you know, what's going on behind that is different, like, you know what I mean? So it could be that as soon as the camera's away, like, those guys come out. You don't know, like, that's happened before, like, you know. So listen, I think it's massively important with these games. Look, we go now from this international break to the next one. No midweek break. for the next, we got to play midweek, three midweeks on the trot. So you're playing. Squad's got to be used to its maximum, and injured players have got to get back. And hopefully Havertz will be back for maybe some sort of game, hopefully against Brighton or in Prague or something like that, to get them up and running. Madueke as well. Like, we need these players. I know Ben White, again, not training, but we need them, because you cannot ask these players to play Champions League Saturday, and continue to keep doing it.
Cup,
yeah, they need a little bit of a break. Now, you're asking like Van Dijk to do that at Liverpool at the moment, because they've got no one else. So eventually it might catch up on them. Let's keep ourselves nice and fresh. And I think Havertz is going to be a big. I think Havertz coming back is going to be a big thing, because you can play him up top,
huge,
right? You can play him like wide left, or you can play him as a midfielder as well, like without Odegaard. There's so many options that you can play. You could put him in there, Eze out on the left. There's different things you can do. Or 20 minutes to go, you're winning 2-0. We need to keep control of the game. Off you come, Victor. On you go, and just hold the ball up and play. You know what I mean? I think he's going to be vital for us going forward with all these games as well.
I think with Havertz as well, that him being out, you notice how much Havertz does actually bring to this team. Obviously, his aerial ability, his off the ball stuff. The only problem sometimes with Havertz is sticking the ball in the back of the net. But we've seen this. That's it. If he could be more of a clinical finisher, what a player he'd be.
I think the person we need to see getting more shots on is Gyökeres.
Definitely.
Period coming up with some games that he needs.
This is what we bought him for.
Some goals.
These games is what we bought him for.
Yeah, so it'd be great. Like this Saturday, for instance, I'd love to see him score in that game to get himself going again. You know what I mean? Like, because you don't want to you go a couple of games, doubt starts to set in, stuff like that. Hit the ground running. It's been a terrible time for him and all the Swedish players. Not just him, it's for Isak as well. But now you're back at Arsenal, and I think so far he's been decent, but he needs goals. Yeah. And if he
that's what we bought him for, Rob.
Yeah. Start adding some goals. Start adding some goals, and these are some games coming up where there's a chance to add some of those goals. So it's going to be, and I'll be really interested to see how he plays in some of these games coming up against some defences that are maybe they're not of the levels of your Liverpool and that. Decent defences, but defences that can be got at. So going to be really interested to see how he gets on. Big game this weekend. Predictions?
2-0 Arsenal.
3-0.
3-0.
Why'd you look at whenever I say these, you look at me like I'm.
I ain't looking at nothing. You said 3-0. What's wrong?
You were like, you looked at me.
3-0 away is a big.
Just a big.
No,
I like that, Marty.
3-0 away is a big result.
Yeah,
that's what I look like.
I get that.
3-0. When you beat a team 3-0, you thrash them, innit?
Yeah. It's a big
in
result.
the Premier League, 3-0
That's what we need to do.
So I'm saying, Fulham are a good side. It's a big shot. 3-0
this time, Robbie.
I'll go 2-0.
Yeah,
I'll go 2-0. But if I'll take 3 forwards, you know what I mean. Gyökeres hat-trick, I'd love that, but it's just that it ain't. We
need to do that to a side, by the way.
Yeah,
we need to put in a go to a Fulham or Burnley or Sunderland, 3 or 4.
I want to see Arsenal go and play like how they did against Newcastle. I think we do that. I think we could.
There's not many teams could live with us.
Yeah.
And I think this Fulham...
Newcastle are very good defence.
Listen, if we play like that, this Fulham side that are up and down, if they're on more of a down, I see that result. Again, the reason why I say that is we don't concede goals, and we are more than capable with the firepower we've got to be scoring goals and go into a place. Listen, Fulham aren't in the best. They've got quite a few injuries at the moment, and they're not in the best situation. The only thing that's going to play in their favour and not ours is they're going to stick. They're going to play with a back five. That's what Silva does against.
That's what everyone does.
Teams. Yeah, well, against which I don't blame them.
Man City did it. So.
Which I don't blame them, but it's whether we can break them down.
Yeah, well, we'll find out this weekend. Don't forget, guys, big watch along on Sunday. Marty's in the hot seat. He's back off of his
escapades.
4 holidays this year?
No, 5 actually. No, it's not, no, it's only a couple.
He has more holidays than international breaks. You know what I mean, right? international breaks, he named them now.
Yeah.
When you say international break, you mean we're talking about your holiday period?
I can only aspire to be rolling around on yachts.
Yeah, that's true.
With all this champagne and all this, getting invited into all these places
that are all being flooded out. You'd be
I was the only one who didn't go well.
Oh, this guy, the last one, he was over in Dubai. You know what I mean? Look, I'll tell you, this is how these guys are rolling, man. Like, my thing wasn't a holiday. I was working.
No, it's never a holiday.
They're holidays. These holidays people. Right?
I was invited out by friends, so it's slightly different.
His rich friends inviting him over to Spain. You know what I mean, that's what I'm saying. Marbella and all those places. But you know what I mean. But he'll be on the watch along this Sunday, so make sure you check it out. Me and Lee are going to be at Craven Cottage, so we'll be catching up with the fans there. So make sure you check out all of our great content, previews. Marty spoke to the guys from Fulham to find out, how they've been getting on. So if you want to get an insight into Fulham, make sure you check that out. And also all of our previews and big news, Forever Arsenal, back on Monday after the games with a brand new lineup, right? You don't want to miss it. Make sure you check it out, right? Something special coming. So make sure you check that out. But thanks very much, guys. And we'll be back next week with another Invincible podcast.